You are now entering a world beyond our own dimension, where men are men. A world where men are the masters of their own destinies. A world where the laws of society no longer exist. This is the Society of Scoundrels.
Hey,
we're back.
Hello, everybody.
What you got there?
We made it together again. Just my iPad, so I can keep track.
Welcome to another installment of the Society of Scoundrels.
Number dose.
Yeah. I'm Brian.
Steve,
yeah.
And I'm Josh.
What's going on, guys?
I got good news back from the vet.
About old Sullivan?
Yeah, this past week, Sullivan, he started out, he had like this fatty lump on his chest, and it was like very soft and pliable. So I was just thinking like it was a lipoma, and as the days went on, it got like more concentrated and hard. So I was really concerned and took him to the vet and took a sample, and that went off to pathology, but it came back as just like a sarcoma. So he had some possible like hematoma or some sort of inflammation that he had that is healing. So that's good news. I was concerned he was going to have cancer.
Yeah.
That is good news.
It is. I know that was probably stressful.
Yeah. I mean, especially because he's such a big dog.
Yeah.
It's so like stuff like that. Like if he has to undergo surgery, he's like 5 times the amount of anesthesia as a Chihuahua. Because I have a Great Dane. His name's Sullivan.
We had a 125-pound lab growing up, and he had those all over him, like all over like his chest. Like as he got older, he was kind of a mess anyways. Like he had hip problems, but they were like huge, but they were soft. So I guess with them being soft is okay.
Yeah, soft is better.
But what'd you do this afternoon, man? Old B-Rye.
Well, we got off work and I came home and hung out. Haven't done anything really.
Yeah.
I did
Fucking lazy.
I did do a little bit with that air conditioner outside the window.
Yeah.
Did you put more socks on it?
Socks? Those are big socks.
No, I did put some little pads underneath the unit. So
unit.
Your unit
pads.
Yeah. So what else is going on?
Josh and I had a nice little deadlift training session earlier today.
Did you?
Yeah, it was pretty good. When we got there, he was like, dude, my glutes are tight.
Oh my God.
So
dude.
I've been, that red hot cream that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
It's hot as fuck.
Dude,
I was like, dude,
so
I was putting it on my lower back, and I was like, dude, use some of this if you're sore. He's like, all right, dude, I'll try some.
Like I was hesitant at first.
Yeah,
because
I was really
he was like, dude, this shit's hot as fuck. You should rub it on your body. And I was like, I don't know.
He put it on like the top of his butt cheeks, dude. And I was like, yeah, dude, it's like you got to be careful with it because it's really, really hot. Like it's painful on your skin.
And I did not put a lot on. Like
he didn't. I put on way more than he did, and he was miserable.
Oh, really?
I did like a little tiny wipe with my middle finger, and like did one cheek, and like another little wipe, and did the other cheek, and like it started out fine, and then it as it warmed up, it got warm, and I was like, yeah, this is warm, and it got to the point where like I had to turn on a fan, and I was pulling my pants down, and just having cold air just blow on my ass cheeks in the middle of the gym.
His ass was so red, dude. But the thing is, like, it turns your skin really red. Like it's like imagine a really bad sunburn times like 1.5.
It's literally the one active ingredient is 0.05% capsaicin, which is that's the shit that's in peppers that is so hot. And it's literally like that's the active ingredient is hot pepper oil. That shit lights you up, dude.
That's crazy.
But I told him, I'm like, dude, are your glutes sore? And he's like,
No,
no.
And
And I'm like,
dude,
it did its job.
and I got a killer training session too, because I was just so amped up about how hot my ass cheeks were that I was just ripping. I deadlifted a whole house. I picked a house up off the ground.
It was
intense.
350.
Jesus. That's amazing.
Well, and I was like, I had a lot on my lower back, and I've kind of become desensitized to it because I've been using it kind of a good amount.
Right.
But yeah, he was miserable. It's not fun if like for the first time, because the first time I used it, I put it on my knees and it got soaked into my leg hairs, and my knees and the top of my quads looked like they were like sunburnt. And I kept having to go to like the bathroom to try and wipe it off, and it kept getting worse. And I was like, okay. So I got my like main working sets in, and I was like, I'm going home.
Oh, really?
I couldn't finish it.
Uh-huh.
So I now know, and I think I put way too much on.
Right.
So I'm very like, I usually put like a disposable glove on to apply it, but dude, it's intense. It's really intense. But it was a good training session though. It was fun.
Let's drink these beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try. What beers are these?
I don't know. I first want to open up with this disclaimer about how I'm a piece of shit and I don't know how to read things on beer cans. And Brian knew afterwards. He was like, "Dude, you shouldn't have done it this way." And I was like, "Why didn't we correct it on the radio? Or on the podcast? You're a piece of shit." So the last beer we had, it was
an almanac.
It was by Almanac.
Yeah, it was a true Kolsch.
It was true Kolsch.
A Kolsch is a style.
Yeah. So I fucked that up.
Yeah, that's all right.
But also, I wanted to touch on, I would like to upgrade the grading system. So I was thinking about how like our middle number was 1 or 2. Would you or would you not keep it in your fridge? Yeah. I think we should go 0. I wouldn't drink this if it were free at a party. 1, I would drink it if it was around, and 2, I like it enough that I'd keep it in my house.
That's good. Okay.
So it's a little more developed.
That's cool.
Again, we may need to write this down. I will forget.
I'll
2 weeks
I'll
from
forget
now.
it.
I'll tell you. Okay. All right. So this one, this is a Belgian style ale is the type.
Is that correct?
It's called Fence Line, and it's from Blackberry Farm Brewery. Okay. So I chose this one. This
shit, yeah, you nailed it, dude.
This beer is it's from Wallen, Tennessee, which is like close to my hometown. I have friends who work at Blackberry Farm, so cool. It was kind of cool to bring this in. And then the notes here mention that there is a melon and strawberry hint with some balanced bitterness. So
okay.
Do you have a couple or coasters again? Just the one?
Dude, he told you it's a shitty desk, dude.
Yeah, but dude,
it's fine. I don't care.
All right. Oh,
you don't? You wanted me to hand it to you?
Well, no. I didn't know. I thought my eyes were like, oh, it's still attached.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Again, I said last episode I'm not good at anything, and when I meant I'm not good at anything,
that's my God,
anything. Oh, it's foamy.
It's everywhere.
What's going on?
Would you shake these up before you handed them to us?
Just a little disclaimer.
Well, the foam is okay.
All men are squirters, so you're welcome.
Oh,
ladies.
Jesus.
What do you think? I haven't sipped it yet.
All right, Brian, hit us.
It's good. It's got an interesting flavor. I'm trying to figure out what
Oh, I like that.
What I'm tasting here.
I like that.
Did you say it was
a Belgian style ale?
It's just a Belgian ale.
Yeah.
Okay. It's good. It's got some. I can almost taste like a wheat in there.
Really?
Like a wheat beer.
Yeah. I got
flavor.
That. Yeah, I got that.
I would. All right. So we got the scale system.
Okay.
Here.
So
flavor.
Yeah. First number 1 through 9 flavor.
Okay.
Second number 0 through 2. Would you or would you not drink it if it were free? And then the third number is drinkability.
Yeah.
1 through 9. How easy does it go down?
I think I'll give flavor. I'll give it a. I'll give it an 8.
All right.
I like the flavor.
All right.
As far as would I drink it if it was free? Is that what it is now?
Yeah. So 0 is I wouldn't drink it if it were free. And then 1 is if someone had them at the house, like if you were at a tailgate and somebody had these, would you drink them? And then 2 is you like it enough that you would keep it in your home.
Yeah,
you would buy
I'd give it a 2.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would
All
buy
right.
it. It's good. And then drinkability, I would probably give it a. I'll go with a 6.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
All right.
Is that
The only reason I gave it a 6 was because of I guess it's more flavor, but I'm not usually a fan of wheat beers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a hint of that like wheat beer
Yeah.
flavor to it. But I guess so. I would say let me change it. With
Yeah,
the
maybe
flavor.
you'd go down on flavor.
Maybe I
Yeah.
go down on flavor. Would I give it an 8?
Mhm.
I'll give it a 6 on the flavor, 2, and then like 8.
Nice. All right. What do you think, Steve?
Flavor, I give it an 8, what you originally had it at. And I would absolutely drink this if it was offered to me. I would get wasted off this beer. Most definitely.
I would make terrible decisions off of this.
It's
beer.
good, dude. I would keep it.
Yeah.
I would definitely keep this in my fridge.
Yeah.
If I kept beer in my fridge.
Right.
And drinkability, I give it a hard number 8.
Yeah. I'm going.
It goes down smooth. Like I said, I'd get pretty wasted off of this.
Yeah, I'd go 7.27 on this guy. I say 7 for drinkability because it is a little foamy. Like you can't chug these guys.
Well, did you shake them first?
No, I brought them right out of the fridge and walked them over.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Of course, I shook them.
Yeah,
I played a prank on you guys.
yeah. But I was like, oh, dude, I love when you get beer spilt into the carpet. I'm gonna fuck these guys up.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I was gonna discuss a news article.
Okay. Let's hear it.
So
Yeah, hit the soundboard, dude.
yeah,
Find
let's
one.
see.
I don't
Here's
like that.
some
That's too-
news.
that's-
News from space.
That's too sciencey for
Space
this, dude.
news.
How about this one?
Yeah,
The
dude.
news.
It's still
Yeah,
from outer
dude.
space, but I
that.
like it.
It's a
Okay.
little less spacey. It's within this atmosphere.
So this is an article I read on Reuters or Reuters or Routers. I don't know. Whatever. They're a pretty major news source. I feel like I should know how to say it, but I don't. This is an article where in China, it's a sport that they have where they mix martial arts and bullfighting. Now, this isn't like Mexican style bullfighting where the bull dies and gets hurt.
Right.
This is like these guys are wrestling bulls,
I'm down. Sign me up.
which I think is like insane.
I'm giving that a hard pass.
Sign me up, dude. Sign me up. I'm
No,
there.
but I think it's a pretty manly thing to do.
It is, but I'm not that manly, so I'm giving that a pass.
I'm there, dude.
So this guy spars with bulls, and basically, the gist of the article is that these guys, they think it symbolizes bravery, which obviously it does if you're
it's pretty,
wrestling a bull.
It's pretty fucking brave, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but are there weight classes?
Ooh, interesting.
Is it like
I don't know.
the size of the human versus the size of the bull?
Like they fight at a catch weight.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well,
I could get behind that.
so
Like I'm 285, fucking lean, dude.
So would that be
I'm gonna
like
have to
a-
wrestle like a 1,200-pound bull.
well, that's basically like
a big
this is
bull.
like 800-pound bulls, and then like guys taking them, and it says typically they grab them head on.
By the testicles.
They grab their horns and twist, turning its head until the bull topples over.
What fucking human is able to do that? Who can achieve that?
That's a picture of me grabbing life by the horns. It's figurative.
No, but that really
But
happened.
it really happened.
So
How
I
many
thought it
people
was-
die doing this?
I don't know, man. Like,
I imagine it's a high number.
so the bulls are trained as well before they fight.
Sure.
So they
Sure.
train the bulls to spread their legs to find a corner to brace against
Mhm.
to keep from being taken down. So not only are you grabbing an 800-pound bull, grabbing it by the horns and taking it to the ground, the bull knows how to defend against it.
Even
And try and stop you.
more unbelievable than. Not
Yeah.
only do I think a human can't fucking do that, but the bull is trained to defend that.
Yeah.
I doubt the win count for humans is not very good.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Humans
It
are
sounds pretty
below
wild.
500 when
I kind of
against
want to
that.
Google like this and watch videos of it, but I haven't. But I thought it was an interesting article. Just
That's awesome.
grabbing a bull by the horns and taking it
Yeah.
to the ground.
That's
like,
cool.
I mean, I guess, it's kind of like rodeo. These guys wrestle calves and ride bulls and stuff, but I thought it was pretty interesting.
What kind of martial art are they using against these bulls?
Well, I
The
think
martial
it was saying,
art of bull wrestling, dude.
I guess. All right.
Like they're not going out there with fucking kung fu, bro. Like you got to sneak behind that motherfucker, grab some horns, and wrestle him.
wrestle. You want wrestle?
I do not want to
Mal
wrestle
Mancini.
no fucking bulls.
It's it's basically let's see. He's a kung fu teacher, so
You're kung fuing a fucking 1,200-pound bull.
It's probably something to do with like your transfer of energy and shit with like Tai Chi and Kung Fu and all that stuff. Like,
yeah.
I mean, because it's not exactly easy to punch a brick in half, but those dudes do it. So it might not be easy to flip a bull, but those dudes can do it.
Yeah.
I
I
guess.
mean, I don't know. Dude,
I
I
thought it
think,
was pretty cool.
although I think if you jump into a ring with a bull, you got some kind of death wish, which I think is a smooth transition into. I was thinking about, do you guys have morbid fantasies?
Me and Josh talked about this
Morbid
earlier.
fantasies.
Yeah, dude, like
Fucked up
I
fantasies.
do it all the time. Like I say fantasy because like there's no other way to define like having such a strong imagination over a subject. But like today I was driving and there was a utility truck, like a service truck that was in front of me. And we were stopped on the highway and there was this dump truck behind me. And I just like in my mind, I was like, I hope he doesn't have brakes. Like, and I just imagine myself being sandwiched between these two fucking
my
trucks,
God.
dude, just straight murdered in the middle of the afternoon. Like, and I think about stuff like that all the time.
I think about things not in the same way, but I'll think about things like, for instance, you're up somewhere really high.
Right.
And you're like,
We brought this up.
I wonder what it would be like if I just jumped off right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, dude, we thought about this.
And
We
that- and
talked
that's
about
my-
this exact thing.
And that's my thing. I don't have a fear of falling. I have a fear of wanting to jump. Like when I get up to heights and I'm like kind of nervous, I like to look up at the sky so I lose my balance a
Dude,
little.
You
Okay, that's
you
insane. I
just
don't
want to
do
be
that.
a little more nervous and
Right.
anxious.
Like what if I fell on accident but on purpose?
Like when when I'm driving my car, and you know how our roads are, I'm
Mhm.
like, dude, what if I just mashed gas and just smoked a tree while I take my seatbelt off, while I'm partially hanging halfway out my driver window, and I just smash a tree like 90 miles an hour.
Or like
I don't think you'd feel it.
or
I'm
like
dead as fuck. I know that.
You're definitely
But
dead.
what would like life be like if I did that? Like, what would life be like for everyone? Would they be sad? Would they be like, yeah, I saw I'm kind of doing something like that?
Well, we'd probably find somebody else to sit in that chair.
the podcast would go on.
The podcast and life would just go on. I'm very expendable.
But like, yeah, like
You're not good at anything.
I'm not good at anything. I know this. I'm very expendable.
or like I've been driving and like my dog Sullivan, he'll be hanging his head out the window and I'm like,
This
man,
is fucked up.
I could just like swerve a little and like clip a telephone pole and just like decapitate this fucking dog, dude.
That's insane.
Jesus Christ. Oh my
Pretty
God.
sure you're a
this is-
serial killer.
This is fucked up. But you know, like I've thought of things like that. Like,
I mean, I never act on it.
Well, you think about it. Like
yeah,
every serial killer was a serial killer before they killed anyone.
right.
So
Like-
that's Josh. He hasn't done it yet,
Yeah.
but he's like fantasizing about beheading his dog. And
But God, the second I do, man, I'm going off the fucking rails.
Yeah.
I don't know if I go that far with it, but I'll think about things like, I'll see like
Maybe we're
something getting ready to happen, and I'm like, oh yeah. Like you remember Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yeah.
Do you remember
Gonna lose that
when
arm.
Crispin Glover lost the arm, and they're just like waiting the whole time,
Yeah.
like yes,
Yeah.
this is it, and it
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
Right.
Right.
Juggling chainsaws and shit.
Sometimes I feel like that when I'm, when I see something, and I'm like, this this car is going to barrel into this other car. And then I'm just waiting on it, like morbidly trying to like kind of willing it to happen.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
And then I go, I'm a bad person.
Or if I ever do jump from a height, I'm always worried, like, what am I going to feel? Am I going to like instantly feel remorse? Like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Like my whole life is a lie. And like, I'm going to be upset about leaving all my loved ones. Or am I going to go, yep, this is what I wanted.
Or like you're on the way down and like, would I scream?
Right.
Like on the way down? Like, would I be like, oh no? Or you're just like, oh, okay.
What if you don't think anything?
Yeah.
You're definitely a serial killer. I mean,
think-
you're dead.
I would get like halfway down and I'd be like, I just shit my pants. And then smack whatever.
I'd
I
probably vomit on the way down. Like, whoa! I can't believe I did this.
I'd blow a load. I'd be like, oh, sweet release.
So we're replacing Josh on the podcast.
We need someone a little more sane.
Someone who doesn't think about killing.
Like this
and
is
doing
dark.
weird things.
Well, it is October, so
Halloween.
it's okay to think
dude.
morbid thoughts in October,
Yep.
isn't it?
Yeah. Do you have Halloween plans? Adults, don't we celebrate like the weekend before? Isn't that when there are like bar crawls and shit like that?
I don't know. When all the whores dress up,
Yeah.
or the girls dress up like whores, whatever.
Yeah.
There's a comedian that has that whole thing about like, what are you supposed to be? I'm a witch. Yeah, if she was a whore.
Or they throw mouse ears on top of their head and they got whiskers and they got a slutty dress. I'm a mouth.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. Whore mouse.
Yeah.
How are your fantasy teams doing?
Oh,
Awful.
Awful.
pretty shit.
I play you this week, sir.
Oh, we do? We play
Yes.
each other? I play the commissioner. Okay.
I keep trying to stay interested so I don't chalk it up to like a complete waste, but I've definitely lost my money.
Yeah.
Like there's no way I'm winning.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not either.
Did you see Corey?
No. Oh, he put up a lot of points. didn't he?
225 points,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, sometimes like
was
during
insane.
this whole thing, I kind of forget that I'm playing fantasy football.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
No,
like I had a player play for the Giants last night. One of my tight ends,
he got 0.
Ingram, big fat fucking goose egg. Thanks, Evan Ingram.
Oh, I was
you
watching.
Fucking asshole.
I was watching.
But Golden Tate, who is on my bench, you know how many points he scored? 22.2.
20-something, yeah.
Yeah. But he was on my bench because I forgot I was playing fucking fantasy football. And I didn't,
Yeah.
Yeah, I sat at work and I
Whatever.
was like, oh fuck, it's Thursday. I got to set my lineup. Yeah, I completely forgot.
Yeah.
part of me is like, I don't care. I just want to hang out with my friends.
No, I get it.
You know,
I'm the same way. Like,
I don't care about the NFL. Like, I know that sounds bad. I used to really enjoy watching it, but like, and college football is kind of getting this way too. Like, there's no loyalty with the players and their teams anymore. Like,
Right.
it kind of used to be. Like, everyone's like, oh, well, I've played for like 9 different teams throughout my career. Like, what's the point then? Like I don't know. I just don't. I don't
Right.
get into it
right.
like I used to.
Well, there was another article that I read that I was going to throw in here, and it was basically 27 horror films so legitimately terrifying people lost sleep over them
Oh, okay. Here we go. What are they?
in the theme of October.
One of them's the Joker.
Well, the first one I saw on here was
pussies.
actually a really good movie, and I really liked it. I don't know why people would necessarily lose sleep over it, but it was House of a Thousand Corpses, which is one of my favorite. Like,
oh
really?
yeah, by Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
yeah.
I love
He's
Rob
cool,
Zombie's
dude.
movies.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
his movies are incredible.
I liked his Halloween.
I used to, when I was younger, I used to fantasize about driving a white 1971 Dodge Challenger with a blue interior, jamming to Rob Zombie, like on back roads.
Yeah,
That's just what I wanted to do when I got older.
nice. Well, he's got that whole grindhouse thing down pat, like with his movies, and I think it's really cool. And I thought House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects were
Those are good.
both excellent movies. Two of my favorite like Halloween type movies.
Yeah.
There's a couple on here that I've never heard of. Us, I'm not sure that one.
That one's, I think that's on Netflix. I think you can watch that on Netflix.
But as I'm scrolling through, like Blair Witch Project was in here, which now when
I
we
didn't
think
lose
about the
any
Blair
sleep
Witch
over it.
Project, I think it's kind of cheesy. But
Yeah.
at the
Yeah,
time,
but for its time,
when that movie came
Yeah.
out,
when it was like found footage, people left the theater like
it was
thinking that was homemade fucking
Right.
film.
Yeah.
and it was terrifying because people thought like, oh my God. And then it all came out that it was scripted and it was loosely scripted.
Dude, even paranormal activity for our generation when it came out, people were like,
Yeah,
oh,
when we were in high school,
yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, of course, like
we were like, it's really scary.
me being the cynic that I am, I left and I was like, if that was real life, it wouldn't be a movie.
Right.
But
The Grudge was in here. Candyman. Paranormal Activity, which was another one of those movies where
Which-
like when you
well,
first
yeah.
saw it and thought it was like legitimately
Yeah.
like a guy set up a
Camera in his home. Yeah.
You're like,
it was
"Oh my
scary.
God."
Like that's
Yeah.
we know my thoughts on ghosts. So,
You're way into them.
yeah.
A lot of these are mirror. Why I said mirror? I think I just read the word mirror. A lot of these are movies that either you haven't heard of or they're very obscure.
Mhm.
So, with that being said, I thought it would be a good idea to maybe come up with our favorite horror movies of all time. Maybe a list.
What are yours, Josh?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is
Oh, that's
just immediately up there. Both the original and the remake with Jessica Alba.
Nice.
I liked that one.
I don't think I ever saw
And it
that
was fun
one.
watching Jessica.
I don't think I
Was
ever
it?
saw
No,
that
it was
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel. Yeah.
Sorry. not
Oh, she
Jessica
was in
Alba.
that in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
remake?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Really?
The remake, it came out when we were in high school.
Yeah, but I never saw it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes.
I was lame.
Sexy as hell.
was lame. Still is.
Bitch.
Man, this is so. I don't know why I can't think of them because I love horror movies. Like that is what I watch. Like even if there's nothing. Like I love just trash movies too.
Right.
Like I think I have like 3 collections of like a 4-disc DVD set with like 13 horror movies on it, and they're just garbage. And I
Yeah.
love watching it. But all right, so Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I really like 28 Days Later. I thought that was a great.
That's a good one.
that
that's
is a good one.
That's a great like reanimation of the zombie, kind
Right.
of universe. And then with that being said, George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. Classic, which you can branch out in any of the Of Dead series.
Right.
Evil Dead was really good. It started out like as a horror, but like kind of developed into kind of a comedy as it went on. But I would consider that a horror movie that I really liked. And
Right.
I would almost like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh,
I want to pick up the Freddy Kruegers like as
Yeah.
a kid.
Oh yeah.
Especially because I can't remember. It's like the third one when
Right.
they're in like the hospital or whatever, and then the girl's on the bed and you get to see her titties. That's my favorite when I was a kid. Dude. Loved it.
Yeah.
Made it worth the nightmares.
Yeah.
So that was 5 right there.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I don't really have a list per
Right.
se. You know what I mean? I have more of like
Just
Like,
throwing some out there.
categories. Like I was always a big fan of like Halloween, Michael Myers.
Okay.
Like I just liked them.
Yeah, I
Those are
liked
good.
it.
Did you see Rob Zombie's Halloween?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw those. Those were cool.
I liked.
I saw the most recent one too.
See, like, and my thing when I was a kid, like about like Nightmare on Elm Street versus Halloween versus Friday the 13th is like Freddy Krueger like haunts you in your dreams, which you could
Yeah.
never get away from, right? Like they try
Right.
to stay
You
up
can't
and they
fall
fucking pass
asleep,
out and
yeah.
you get some, but like you can outrun fucking
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
Just,
you can outrun.
How
Jason.
do you do? You just leave the fucking town.
Right? Yeah.
But-
you just fucking. You just
Just get in a car and drive,
You
and you're
leave the
safe.
summer camp, dude.
Yeah.
Like I fucking.
But the thing is, like, you're right. But I just like it was the feel of it. Like I just always loved it.
I'm not trying
Like
to
I
shit
watched.
on you.
Yeah,
I
no.
just-
But I really like Michael Myers. Like he was like my first. Like I don't really like I don't know, like The Conjuring and shit like that. I was always more,
dude.
but the thing is, like, that's not my type of horror movies. I like the slashers, like with like Michael Myers.
Mhm.
I was always a fan of Friday the 13th, like obviously,
Right.
just because I like Jason. I think he's so fucking badass.
You mean Jason's mom? Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
The movie's been out for 30
whatever.
fucking years, so if you haven't seen
whatever, dude? Jesus.
Yeah.
But like he said, I do like Nightmare on Elm Street. Like I loved Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was fun. You're
That
like,
was
oh my god, dude, this is like a fun crossover.
Yeah.
Like it was just cool. I really liked Amityville Horror.
Mhm.
That was
Ooh,
fun.
That was
it was a fun one.
the original or
both.
Okay.
Both. I like both of them. Like with Ryan Reynolds.
Nice.
He's cute. So you know,
I
he was shirtless.
I don't know if you finished your list or not, but
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's really my favorites.
You were
I
close
think-
though. You had 4.
But I have like however many of them there
Come up
are.
with one more horror movie, dude. Just one more.
Go on to B-Rise.
okay,
list.
so
What's your list?
I would say my favorite horror movie ever
Mhm.
is probably The Exorcist.
Oh, that is a good one. Your
Um,
mother sucks cocks in hell.
Yeah, that was pretty good. No, that movie I think is it's one of those movies that like you can still watch today and be like,
Yeah,
this
it's-
movie
you're
is
like, woo.
fucking creepy, man.
Yeah,
and it might not
my
be
list.
as scary in today's time with
no.
how desensitized people are, but it's still scary watching it. Like
Mhm.
if you're sitting in a room by yourself and you're watching The Exorcist, you're like, this is creepy, dude.
Yeah.
And then do you remember when they came back with The Exorcist, like re-released it, and
The-
they added the extra footage in that they
Yeah,
had taken
yeah.
out,
Yeah.
and she crab walks down the stairs?
Yeah.
Dude.
It's the crab walk in movies, like in horror movies, always give me. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh god,
That movie,
the Exorcist of Emily Rose.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose. That was a good,
one.
Yeah.
I'll add that.
that
to my
scene when
list.
she's just sitting there like catatonic, like oh, it's creepy.
Yeah, it is.
I used to. I
Um,
had that. I had a copy of that for my PSP. I used to watch it all the time.
Did you?
Yeah.
The PSP, dude.
Anyways, not to interrupt you.
No, that's
but-
fine. I would also throw in there The Conjuring, which you were
Yeah.
just saying that's not your style.
It's not, but it is good.
I think The Conjuring was amazingly done.
Also, like so well written to the fact of how many stories they've spun off of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Annabelle.
You're right.
all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, not just Annabelle. What's
But
the
like,
other
yeah,
ones?
I know
The
what you're saying.
Sinister and all those
Mhm.
two.
Sinister was off of the Conjuring.
Insidious. Yeah.
Sinister. The Sinister was a good one. I forgot about that one. Me
Yeah.
and my buddy Matt watched it, and we were like, "Dude, this is weird, man."
Woo. I would say, well, Halloween. I think those are good movies.
They're classic. Like they're just fun movies.
That's what I was going to say. Is it's interesting how so far, other than The Conjuring, I mean, how classic our horror picks are.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, my dad introduced me to like the
'Cause-
Halloween and Friday the 13th. Like that's what I watched as a kid.
Well, and that's what I was going to say is I think that speaks volumes to like when you're an adult, you're just not as afraid of shit. Like there are things that jump out and you're like, oh, that's scary or whatever. But
You
when
scared me the other day when we watched it too.
oh yeah, I did,
gra- he
dude.
grabbed
I got
my
you
leg.
good.
He grabbed
pussy.
my leg, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm such a bitch." Oh, it was fun. It was good. The new It movies, I think, are really good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Jeepers Creepers up
Ooh,
until
that's a good one.
up until the monster reveals himself. I think it was kind of like it kind of went off the rails there. But up until that, like when he goes down and finds all these bodies and everything in the drain pipe and everything, like
Yeah.
I was like, this movie's creepy as shit, man.
Dude, and not to mention at the end when Justin Long gets skull fucked, like that's awesome.
When he licks that window. That's fucking creepy, man. But I liked the Rob Zombie movies a lot. I thought The Shining was a great movie.
that is a good one. What's the Misery?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
dude, that's a good one.
When Kathy Bates crushes that dude's fucking ankles.
Oh, dude, I watched it with my dad, and my dad, he's a fun guy to watch movies with because, like, when he wrecks his car in the beginning,
Yeah.
and when she throws him over her shoulder, like, and he's just unconscious.
yeah.
My dad's like, dude, look how she just threw him over her shoulder. He's like, dude, she's like a linebacker. Rah! Takes him away. He like gets a kick out of shit like that. So like he's fun to watch shit like that with. And but yeah, dude, the whole and like where the sheriff comes and you're like, dude, he's getting away.
Yeah.
And she just goes, boom, right out. You know, kills the sheriff. You're like, no, fuck.
Did you ever see The Hills Have Eyes?
Yeah, I saw those.
That was a good one.
The original or the remake?
I think I probably only saw the remake.
Yeah, I think I only saw the
original.
remake.
Dude, the remake remake is good, but the original is like, again, it's that classic twisted where you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
This totally happens in other parts of the world. Look at these freaks, dude. Yeah, it's good. Weird people.
So, but back to The Shining. I thought that was a good movie. I didn't think it was that scary.
No, it's more thrilling. It's more of a thriller to me.
Yeah.
Red Rum.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, I think so, but it's horror. It's classic horror all over it.
It is.
I mean, it's from Stephen King. It's literally a horror genre. Like the movie, like translates to film. It was such a good movie to watch because, like, Jack Nicholson. I mean, name something he hasn't crushed. But you know, so like, I would say it is thrilling, but that's definitely a horror movie for sure, dude.
Right.
Those twins at the end of the hallway, that didn't keep you up at night, dude.
No, but the
Play with us, Danny.
You're right. It is horror.
Yeah.
But to me, because I guess I saw it like later when I got older. Like I didn't see it when I was young, like when I like watched Halloween. Because when I watched Halloween, like the original, like with Michael Myers, Jamie Lee Curtis, I was like 4th grade. So I was like, ooh, this is scary to me. But
right.
I saw The Shining for the first time when I was like my junior or senior year of high school.
You saw it like last year?
No,
and I
didn't think it was that scary, but like you're right.
Right.
But it is like thrilling. It was made to be a horror movie.
Right.
But
I will say, when I was a kid, Child's Play terrified me.
Oh,
Chucky movies were
dude.
good.
Those scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I saw it way too young. Like
Yeah,
my
I did
parents
too.
let me see it when I was like, probably the little guy's age. Like,
Yeah, good for them.
I was also, dude, when I saw it, I was young enough to not have seen it, but I went to my buddy's Chad's house.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, dude, my parents let me watch this shit all the time. So we watched Child's
Chad.
Play and The Leprechaun with Jennifer Aniston. Dude, that shit was terrifying, yo.
Yeah.
I didn't want to walk and he lived like a block and a half away, and it was like, all right, I'll see you later. And I did not want to walk home,
Right.
dude. Oh.
Spend the night, dude. Spend the night. That's the move right there, dude.
I thought Scream was really good when it came out.
Scream was always good.
Oh, dude, that's a good one.
It
That's,
didn't scare me though.
That's classic 90s.
It didn't
good.
exactly scare me, but
It was more of a fun movie.
But no, I mean it's that slasher film though that
It
you're
is.
talking about.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Most
not,
definitely.
Yeah, it's not particularly terrifying
No.
because it's not so jumpy. But
Right.
like, could you imagine if your high school friends decided to go on a killing spree?
Yeah, I'd be
That's
like, fuck you guys, man.
Yeah, that's a pretty scary thought.
Did you see
to go
the
to
very
bed with.
last one? Was it Scream 4?
no, they did too
4?
many, dude.
Well, they waited too long to do the last one, I thought.
Yeah.
But the part where the chick, she ended up being like Scream, but they murdered the one girl and they had her intestines out on the bed.
yeah.
I was like, ooh yeah.
Well,
This one's very gory. The last one was the most gory.
the very first one, that beginning scene with Drew Barrymore when he's like, he calls her on the phone and he's like, "What's your name?" And she's like, "Why do you want me to know my name?" And he says, "I want to know who I'm looking at." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
that was creepy.
they did a good introduction to it. And
Yeah.
when she's on the phone, like, my boyfriend's a football player and he will fuck you up. And he's like, oh, your boyfriend? And he's like tied up into a chair and and he's like all beat up and shit. And she's like, oh my God. That was good. I was like, oh, dude.
Yeah.
It is fun. It is a fun movie, but I didn't think it was scary. Like, they were more like, dude, it's Halloween and I like watching it.
Right. The Fog,
The Fog was good.
not the new one.
Oh.
I don't think I've seen that.
There was one that was made in like the 70s.
Oh, I didn't.
Back
see
when
that.
the original Thing was made.
My dad would
The Thing is a good one.
My
I
dad
never saw
would-
the remake though.
My dad would make me and my sister watch The Fog.
Yeah.
What do you mean make you?
When we were kids, like at Halloween, he would like
Yeah,
he would
here's
put
this
it on.
pastor. Here's this pastor, and he's like, "Hey,
Held a gun to
just
your head.
super fucking stand up guy in the fucking community." And then he's like, "Hey, it's Halloween. You better watch this fucking movie." And he just ties you guys to the fucking couch.
Dude, but see, you gotta understand my dad. My dad's a funny guy.
Yeah.
And I remember one Halloween he came running out of the garage with a chainsaw and a Jason mask on, like just to terrify me and my
Good
sister.
for him. That's awesome.
It was good.
Dude, that happened in high school when the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was out in high school. Because I was such a fan of the original, and my dad knew that. We had a Halloween party at my house, and we were all sitting, like, whole group, all my friends and I and shit. And my dad went into the garage. Safety first, right? He's a safety guy. Took the chain off of the chainsaw. He had this huge, long
have a
leather
jumpsuit?
trench coat.
Oh, a trench coat. Okay,
Leather
that's
trench
still
coat.
scary.
And just, we're watching the movie, and the chain revs up, and the chainsaw revs up in the movie, and you're like, oh shit. And then an additional chainsaw revs up, and you're like, what in the fuck? And my dad just rips the front door of the house open and just, whoa, dude, I like 2 of my friends frozen solid. The other 8 of them left the fucking house out the back door. They were gone,
awesome.
dude. It was awesome.
That's funny. I had another one in mind, and I was trying to remember what it was. I like psychological thrillers a lot. Like movies, even like that aren't even necessarily horror movies, but like The Sixth Sense. I can't say
It's a
it.
tongue twister.
Yeah, but that's definitely thriller. Like now we're definitely into thriller. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Fracture's a really good thriller.
I also remember when I was a
Never
kid,
saw
I saw
that.
a movie called Watcher in the Woods. And I don't know anything about it. Like, I can't remember that much about it, but I remember it terrified my sister and me.
It's a documentary about Steve. Watches people in the woods.
Yeah, but his
Pervert.
pants are off.
Why is Steven not wearing any pants?
He's just the watcher in the woods. Who's the watcher in the woods? Oh, it's that guy. You know, that guy that's always standing at the corner of the woods with his pants off?
That's Steven. Just don't pay him any attention.
Yeah.
What else? What else you got?
All right, so let's recap, right? So like I had Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
Good one.
28 Days Later,
Okay.
Nightmare on Elm Street, Dawn of the Dead, and Evil Dead. And then what were yours? Your 5?
Most of all the Halloween, all the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and then I had the Exorcism of Emily Rose. I had another one. I like The Thing, the original.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty intense for me.
I can't remember what you said earlier either.
Misery.
Misery.
Misery
No, that's
fucked
not
me.
what you said.
No, it's not what I said,
But-
but I brought
but you'll
up
put it
Misery,
there.
but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
putting it in there
Okay,
because
you'll put it in
Misery
there.
really fucked me up because I'm like, I can't imagine this linebacker of a woman taking me away into her snowy house, locking me up, and the ankle thing, dude, putting that 4x4 between my ankles and sledgehammer to my ankles. That was so scary to me. But that's more scary than anything to me because I'm like, someone that's not totally like that could happen.
That's some shit I would do
Right.
to someone.
Yeah, you would do that to me, wouldn't you? I
All
was
right.
pretty mean.
And
to
then
you
what were
today.
yours, Brian?
I had, let's see, I had The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
I had The Conjuring.
Mm-hmm.
I had, did I say Halloween?
I think you said Halloween.
you touched
You
on it.
threw it
Halloween.
in there.
You said Scream.
Scream, I don't know if I would put that in my top 5 of all time, but it was scary when it came out.
Sure.
Like when I first saw it. I thought of another one just now. Poltergeist.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
First one was good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what you said was Amityville Horror.
Amityville Horror, that's what I threw in there.
Yeah, that's good
Yeah.
too. And I said The Shining, but I don't know that I would put that in my top 5.
No,
How
but
many
it's
did I
done
say?
very
4?
well.
Yeah, that's 4 so far.
Let me give you another one. Did you ever see 13 Ghosts?
Oh, I love that one, dude.
That one
I
was
saw
good,
13
man.
Ghosts the same time I saw House on Haunted Hill, which is another good one. I liked House on Haunted Hill. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not as much into the slasher ones as you are.
Yeah, I
I'm more
love the
into the ones
slasher.
that like truly scare me.
Yeah.
Like when I watch it and I'm like, oh, this is really scary.
See, I'm kind of a pussy, so I'm not about that. That's why I don't like The Conjuring. You know what I mean? I'm like, ooh, that's really fucking scary.
That's the thing is like I can watch a lot of horror movies and be like, this isn't really that scary. It's good. It's a good movie, but it's not really that scary. I would also probably throw like House of a Thousand Corpses in there because that was really good. But I would say The Conjuring was the first movie in a long time where I was in the theater with my wife watching this thing, and I was like, "This is scary, dude."
How pissed was she at you?
She was pretty pissed for a little while for me making her go with me
Uh-huh.
because I was like, "I really want to see this movie. It looks good."
Yeah.
It was like the previews that built it up. I was like, "Man, this looks like a good movie," and I was not disappointed by it at all.
Yeah.
I thought the end, when they reveal what that thing is,
Yeah.
there was a couple parts that got sort of cheesy,
Yeah.
but overall the movie was great. Like that scene when like everything falls on the stairs or like the picture falls.
Yeah.
I guess in the theater it's really creepy because it's just you've got that whole experience
Right.
of like
Was that the one where she had the was it the match or the candle and the hands come behind her and they clap?
yes.
Oh, that's so fucking that's why I'm like,
And the little girl in the room
yeah.
when she saw that thing across the room on top of the wardrobe.
Oh yeah, dude.
And that little girl was a good actor. Like you could tell in her eyes, she was
actually
terrified.
terrified. Yes.
And I was like, man, this is like the acting in this movie is very good, and it is legitimately scaring me.
Yeah. Right.
And so that's always probably going to be in my list of movies, just because it legitimately, as a 30-something-year-old man, it still kind of scared me in the
I always
theater.
thought as I got older, I'd be less afraid of things, but I've realized I'm actually more of a bitch. Like I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm like, dude, it scares me, man.
Are you waiting to open another beer? Is that what's going on right now?
Yeah, that's exactly what
Dude, I still got to finish this one.
That's not my problem.
Dude, all right, I'll
'Cause I
chug it,
finished
dude.
mine.
I'll chug it. Fine.
This is a podcast about
I'm too
being
much
a
of a
man.
bitch, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've still got beer here too. So
How much do you have in yours?
if
If you had to guess.
half.
Dude,
Me too.
whoever
I guess.
finishes first, I'll give you like $5.
I don't need $5.
$10. $11.50. Oh, there he goes. He's in it for 11, dude.
$11.50? What a weird.
I'm
Why
not
not
made of
just-
money, Steve.
Just go 12.
I'll give you $11.37. Why? Is that all you have on you? No, I just thought of that
yeah,
number.
this sounded like a
37.
nice
Why not just
odd
make
number.
it 40? I'm not
That's true.
chugging this, dude. I'll be burping and farting. I gotta.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to jiu-jitsu tomorrow. I can't be drinking too much. But we have one more beer to review.
Yeah.
Josh wants to review more.
Let's
like
review
5
beer.
more.
I can
All right.
drink this and finish this. It's fine.
Oh, God.
What do we
damn,
got?
I don't know if I can.
I don't know, dude. Steve picked this up.
This is
I did pick this one out.
So why don't you tell us about it, Steve?
perfect for the
Let's see if
podcast.
you can fucking read all the words correctly without
Probably
Brian
not.
not correcting you, so you sound like an asshole in front of strangers.
I'm illiterate as fuck. So this one's going to be, I imagine it's going to have a kick to it. This is a local beer here in Charleston from Palmetto Brewery. Yeah, dude.
I just saw what was in it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm like throwing Josh in the ringer today with the Kramer hot rub and shit.
Oh, God.
But you're good with spicy food and shit. So
Absolutely.
So I got this one because it had I had a cool skull on it on the front.
A
Yeah.
skull.
Skull. That's a skull, dude.
Skull.
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 Skull. Not
God
skull.
damn it. Let's just move on.
It's not a skull. It's a skull.
I thought I said skull.
You said skull.
Well-
like you say milk.
Milk.
I love chocolate milk. What the
Milk.
fuck is milk, Steve?
My stepdad says milk, and he's from Iowa.
Well,
Milk.
I'm a Midwest boy, so
Yeah.
that's why probably people from here probably will hate me, you know.
Yeah,
But anyways,
fuck them, dude.
that's right.
Go ahead.
Anyways, there's a skull on the front of this beer can, but it's from Palmetto Brewery and it's called Ghost Rider. But it's a pale ale with a hint of cherry and ghost pepper.
Oh God, I don't
So-
like hot shit. So this.
But
is,
here's the thing: this beer, not nothing against Palmetto Brewery, but this beer is probably gonna suck.
it might a ghost pepper beer. Yeah, you're probably right.
It's gonna suck. But we've had this awesome beer from that Josh brought in. We gave it a pretty good rating, I thought. So we're gonna find out what happens with Ghost Rider.
Yeah, but also, I mean, check this out right here. It says,
Okay, what's it say?
we take a few of these bright-eyed red beauties and add them to one of the most balanced pale ales we've ever brewed and tempered the heat with just a touch of sweet cherry. Don't be afraid. The resulting beer is beautiful balance between sweet and heat that you'll find both refreshing and alluring.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh God,
Oh, it's so spicy!
he's lying. He hasn't even tried it yet. now he's sipping. What do you think?
Oh, no, it's fucking delicious.
What do you
it
rate it?
refreshing?
What do you
We,
rate it? What's your numbers?
Just right off the rip, dude, I want to go flavor 7.
okay.
I would keep these in my house. That's a 2.
Ooh.
Drinkability is also a 7. It's not hot on the front. Like while it's in your mouth, it's not hot
what
at
about
all.
the back?
It's hot in the back of the throat, but not like spicy hot. It's just like warm hot.
What about? Is it like boom slang?
No, it's nothing
Oh,
like boom
okay.
slang, dude.
What do you
Which
think,
I love.
B-Rye?
Let me take one more sip of it because
Okay.
it's very strange.
Yeah.
All right.
And the heat comes like in the aftertaste. Like
All right.
when you're drinking it, like I feel like you could chug this and it's not hot,
Yeah.
but it's when you take a breath afterwards, you got a little heat in the throat.
I can-
Interesting.
I agree with you. I think it's a decent beer.
Mm-hmm.
I can taste the cherry in it,
Can you? Okay.
and I get exactly what you're saying. I don't feel heat like on the tongue when you're drinking it. I
Okay.
feel it in the back of the throat after you swallow it.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
So,
All right.
I'm gonna give it for flavor. It's a wild flavor, so I'm gonna give it 8.
8.
Yeah, I mean it's a strong bouquet, dude. It's
Now,
not-
if we're talking a flavor that I would prefer,
Yeah.
then maybe I wouldn't give it an 8. But just for flavor
Yeah.
alone, it's very unique, and that's worth some points.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Right.
for
Because
sure.
it's not like anything I've ever drank before.
Uh-huh.
It's your scale. You live it to your best.
I'm gonna give it a 1 because I am gonna drink this beer and I didn't buy it. So I think that's if somebody gave it to you, you'd drink it, right?
Right.
Okay, so it's a 1.
Okay.
I'm not gonna buy it and put it in my fridge.
Yeah.
And then drinkability, I'm gonna give it a 5 because I don't know. Like as I go through this beer, it might get less and less drinkable.
Yeah, but it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's light.
When it warms
though.
up.
The body is light though.
The body is light.
Yeah, that's where my 7 comes from. It's
Okay.
pretty easy.
So
to
if you're
put down.
talking about just body of the
yeah,
beer,
yeah,
that's drinkability.
yeah.
Okay, well then the light, yeah. Okay, well then I give it.
So like
7.
like like an ideal 1 would probably be like a Guinness, right? Where it's like heavy.
So I'll give it a 7.
All right.
So
And then,
like
yeah,
a
your
10 would be what, like a Miller Lite?
9 would be like Natty Light. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Just something that's it's fucking water. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Gonna take my first sip.
Pert near like a canoe, as they would say.
Yeah. That was great.
Hey, I got it. It went up my nose, dude. Oh, God damn it. All right, hang on. I need to hit the reset button hard on this.
That was great.
Dude, it didn't even it didn't really go in my mouth. I
Brian
smelled
and
it.
I are like, yeah, dude, you got notes of heat. And Steve's like,
Hang on a minute. Hang on. I gotta take a break. Hang on.
That's like if we were smoking weed, dude. Like,
Oh God. Hang on. All right.
we'd be fine.
Hang
Steve
on.
would take a hit and just be,
Yo, it would go awful.
we're
All
like,
right,
dude, hold it in
All
as
right,
long
hang-
as you can, as
hang
long
on.
as you can.
All right. Here we go. I'm sipping it.
then we'd be like, I'm so stoned, dude. And Steve would be like, I don't feel
Okay.
anything.
All right.
Do you have any potato chips?
You never get high the first time.
Flavor? I give it a 6. I give it a soft 6.
All right.
Like I'm borderline a 5.
All right.
If you, Josh, handed this to me and like, dude, I bought you this, paid for it, I'd look at it and be like, go fuck yourself. That is a fucking hard 0 for me, man.
Zero.
All right.
But since I'm the guy that brought it, I'm going to do my best to get this down.
No, which you don't have to. Like the scale stays the
Yeah,
same. Like
right.
you wouldn't ever purchase this
I would
again.
never purchase it.
And if it showed up at a party, you would not drink it.
No,
yeah,
I'd-
so
I'd
it's
be
a
like-
0.
Whoever bought this,
Can
I-
fuck right off.
shove a massive dildo right up your ass, dude. It's not my thing.
That's you
But-
though. You
But
bought
this
it.
is me. I know I bought it. There was a skull on the front. Drink
Swallow a
drink,
knife.
Swallow a fucking knife, dude. Drinkability, I give it a hard 4.
All right.
Sorry, Palmetto Brewery. It's not my thing.
604.
604.
I'm getting that heat on the back end.
I think the
Yeah.
cherry is cool. Like you can definitely taste the cherry, but
I don't taste any cherry.
Really?
I
Yeah.
taste it.
I don't taste it.
Hang on, I got a burp.
I can
So-
taste the cherry at first.
So-
I can't taste it now that I've had multiple sips of it. But
Yeah.
the first sip, I tasted the cherry, and then the heat from the pepper hit me after I swallowed it.
So Steve's at 604. I'm
Yeah.
727. You were 81.
No, I was at 618.
618. 618.
No, yeah, 618.
618.
I would drink it if somebody gave it to me, but I'm not gonna buy it.
Cool. Like
The flavor is cool, you know, but it doesn't. It's not going down smooth for me. Like I smelled it with a little hint of foam,
yeah, and then
and
you
I
almost
coughed.
choked to death.
Yeah, I almost died just now.
Remember
So
that
like,
time,
it's not my thing, dude.
dude? And I
died.
want to tell this backstory about like Steven's spicy shit. So I carry around
this
a
is a good one.
particularly hot sauce. Right?
By the way, it's named after a fucking snake. Go on.
Yeah. It's one of the like top 10 poisonous snakes in South Africa or some shit. It's called boom slang. It's really spicy. It's got a great flavor, but it's got like a strong kick to it, right? And my tolerance to spicy shit is built up, and I still only add like 2 or 3 drops to things that I eat. And Steve just like reaches across the table eating tacos.
I'm sorry. Watching Steve drink this beer is hilarious.
dude.
I'm like shape shifting over here. It's not for me, dude.
So Steve just has this hard taco and just goes to town with boom slang. And the second he sticks it in his mouth, I was like, dude, that was way too fucking much.
Well,
and
I started sweating and it got in my eye. And I was like, oh no. I was like, this is not good. Everyone at the table's laughing at me. And I'm like getting anxious.
he's also like trying not to be a bitch. Like he's trying to
I
muscle
was
down the
trying
rest of the
so
taco.
fucking hard. I'm like, dude.
And I was
You're
like, dude,
fine,
don't.
man.
Just give it to me. I'll eat the taco. And Steve was like,
I almost fucking died. That's it. End of story.
I wasn't
Boom
even
slang.
there for that. I wish I was.
Anyone out there, do not get fucking boom slang. It's nothing like Texas Pete. End of story. It's I thought it was like Texas Pete. It fucking wasn't. I almost died. It got in my eyeball. I almost died. It's all good.
he just said almost died like 4 times.
Because I almost died. God damn it.
I think you just
Just
Did I
Pete
set
the
a PR, a mic PR loud? There we go. Ah! Anyways.
if this was one of those games at the fair, you would have hit the bell at the top.
But with my lungs.
Yeah, you just clipped it, dude.
The fair's coming soon.
The fair is coming.
dude, we should mic up and go together
That would be fun.
as a team.
Mic up?
Yeah.
The other great thing about the fair,
Yeah.
it's great to go when you're not feeling so great about yourself.
Oh, you leave there and you feel awesome.
You're like, wow,
Dude,
I'm an awesome person.
I have all my fucking teeth.
It is like the worst people in the world just come out of the fucking
Dude.
woodwork.
It's like, dude, do these people own any other kind of clothing other than camo?
Dude, right? Or like, oh, the fair's in town. I'm going to put on my nicest pair of sweatpants and fucking go mosey around in
I'm
public.
gonna wear my jammies to the fair. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm going to invite everyone back to my trailer for NASCAR and light beers.
and
that, yeah.
as in light beers, we're gonna have Milwaukee's best.
Yeah, that and like, you see the fattest fucking people you've ever seen.
yeah, dude. And they're also wearing camo.
They're wearing camo.
But
Camo.
also, dude, funnel cake.
Oh yeah, dude.
What's
funnel
up?
cake. That's why I go. I go for funnel cakes.
And the thrill
cheesy
of possibly
fries.
dying on a ride.
I don't go on rides.
Dude.
I don't do it. I fuck them, dude.
I like the
They
rides.
tear them down and put them on the highway. All right, we're tearing this one down. On to the next fair.
I like the rides, but I also fucking blow my money on those fucking cheesy
games?
Carney games, dude.
You
I
win a
cannot get
little
enough
teddy
of them.
bear.
Yes.
Well,
right.
they're swindlers.
Dude, no, I smoked. I prized up like 4 or 5 times, and I won Laura a giant fucking teddy bear at the where you pitch the baseball and smash the beer bottles on the rack.
Yeah.
Dude, I killed it at that.
Do you
game.
do the one with the darts and hit a balloon? Here you go. Win a teddy bear.
No, I don't play the children's games.
I think I must
They're all
like
children's games. They all suck.
You suck, Steve. Fuck you.
I know. I said I'm not good at anything.
I did steal a ring so I could do the one where it's got the stick, and then at the end of the stick there's a string, and at the end of the string there's a ring, and then you're supposed to stand up the beer bottle.
Yeah.
I stole one of those rings so I could
You fucking thief.
so I could practice at home.
God, that
dude.
is the worst thing anybody's ever done at the fair.
I think I do.
Really? You think so? Child molestation at the fair is not on the top of the
Nope,
list?
doesn't happen.
Yeah. No.
That's never
Like
happened.
no one has like motorhomes there. They're
That's
all
not anything that's ever happened.
they're all really good people, I'm sure.
I do think I must have some small amount of like a death wish, because
Here we go. Okay.
the last time I went to the fair, I rode the free fall.
Fuck that. Dude. You will not get me on those things,
love
dude.
it.
And I got to the top and I'm like, I'm at the fair riding the free fall.
Dude, I already
like-
told you I'm the guy with the death wish, dude. I'm on that.
He wants to
Carney
jump
shit
off
always.
a bridge, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, if we go
He wants to behead his dog.
Dude,
Dude,
if
and
we
he
go-
loves his dog.
Yeah, I know. Dude, if we go, you will not get me on a ride. You will not get me on any of those things. They're fucked up.
Dude, I just figured it out. Undercover mission. I'll mic up and I'll join the fair.
You're gonna
How are you gonna do
You're
that?
gonna be like an employee?
Dude,
Yeah.
you don't do any
I'm
math.
gonna 1 year.
You're gonna run the Gravitron or some
yeah,
shit?
for a year, and then I'll come back and like tell you guys all about my findings.
Dude, he's going to have like 3 teeth left. Josh, what happened to your teeth? Dude, I did a lot of meth.
Meth addiction. Also, I died twice on heroin.
You have so many fucking sores on your arms. What is happening?
my
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
Dude, the lengths
No,
I'll
dude.
go for this podcast, dude. Just saying.
Dude, like oh, absolutely. I think it'd be fun to get the wives together and go like
Yeah.
together. And then we can come back with awesome.
I carried on a small relationship with the world's tiniest woman for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Um,
dude. And
yeah.
the bearded woman.
Yeah.
It was a menage a trois, if
Yeah.
you will. Because we learned French on that carnival.
Dude, when I go, I'm like, because Ashley's all about the rides. I'm like, I'm not going. I'm not doing it. They break them down, ride them on the highway to go to the next fair.
I don't.
I'm not
why are
doing
you
it.
so afraid of that?
dude.
How else do you think they get other shit to places? How do you think that roller coaster got to the amusement park?
They built it there, and they're like, it's staying.
They brought it on a fucking tractor trailer, though.
They got it, and it's fucking staying forever.
Yeah.
Until they're like, well, and it'll stay here for like 30 years, and then we'll build the next bigger, more fun roller coaster. I'm like, that's fine. That's safe as fuck.
Whatever, dude. You're a pussy.
I am a pussy. I've said that like 5 times on here. But anyways, I go for the awful food, snow cones, cotton candy, the funnel cakes.
Agriculture exhibit. You go look at the cows.
Dude, I go for the little piggies, dude. I go and I want to go feed the fucking goats. I want the goats to lick my fucking hand.
You go to the one
gross.
where it's like, if this is a half snake, half woman, and it's clearly just like a woman in a box and like a snake with his head covered
That's
up.
what I go for. I eat that shit up, man.
Yeah, I'm hanging out in the Coburg dairy section of the fair. And I'm like, damn, I didn't know there was this many types of roosters in the world.
You're like, whoa, that's super cool.
And
it's the same fucking roosters as last year.
Exactly.
But I go for the little
this
piggies.
This is a Dominecker chicken. Like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
I do like the rodeo though. That's cool. I'll watch the rodeo. That's fun for me.
Yeah. And they have the worst acts ever at the fair.
Dude, and then we can just crash at Steve's house.
I do live very
You
close.
live right next to there,
Yeah.
Dude,
like,
the traffic is shit. I get so mad for those 2 weeks.
well, that's another reason you need to move to this side of town.
I know.
All right, so we talked about the types of people at the fair, which is, I think, a great segue into different types of Facebook people.
Oh, dude. God. I will get on this forever.
I also, dude, that's also in my notes is like, I want to talk about social media.
Here we go. I do too.
Well,
let's.
The types of people that you run into on Facebook.
I'll tell you this exactly 100%. Like I'm gonna start this story with the fact that I don't have Facebook because of these fucking people.
Yep.
Like whenever
I'm gonna go vomit this Ghost Rider out real quick.
Dude, whenever I turn my Facebook on, I look at posts like from people in high school. And then there are people who are like, oh, yada, yada, this about healthcare, yada, yada, this about the police, yada, yada, about like trying to make the world a better fucking place. And I'm like, dude, Whitney, you had fucking 4 abortions in high school. Who the fuck are you to like tell us about making the world a better place? You're a piece of shit. And then I read all these posts and comments about people who are like, yeah, girl, go get it. All about a better world, yada, yada. And she's just like typing about like how she's such a good mother. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I hate you.
Yeah.
You're such a waste of fucking space. Like with all of this fucking faux garbage about like how bad your life really sucks, but you're putting that shit on social media just so you feel good about yourself, so your friends can give you fucking quote unquote thoughts and prayers when life gets difficult.
Right.
Fucking hate it, dude.
So I'm along the same lines as you about the types of people that I hate on Facebook. One of the ones I can't stand, well, there's 2 types that I really can't stand. One is the girl who puts all these weird, like, inspirational things, like, well, it's not even inspirational. It's like all these disparaging things about herself, like, oh, I'm smiling on the outside, but I'm crying on the inside, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit, right? And I'm like, okay, like, sorry, but, like, why are you putting that out there for everyone to see?
Right.
Like, people don't care.
Yeah, dude, it's a worse cry for help than barely cutting your wrists.
It's so annoying instead of with the tracks,
right? And not even like deeply, like just enough to scab so you can pick at it and be like, I'm a suicide survivor. Yeah. No, you're not. Get the fuck out of here. You didn't even try.
That, and the other type that that truly drives me nuts are the ones who think that their kid is the cutest fucking kid ever. and they give you updates every fucking 5 minutes on Facebook about what their kid is doing. And you're like, nobody thinks your kid is as cute as you do.
Look,
your
Travis's first boogers.
Yeah. You're like, no, it's not even like something a first. Like, it's just like, took little Timmy to the doctor today. And I'm like, is that the rest of the story? Because nobody gives a fuck about your kid. Like, the only people that care is like your mom who liked the comment.
Right. You could have just texted her.
Yeah, who liked the post. And then everybody else is looking and going, yeah, I don't give a fuck about that.
Dude, I'll drink your beer for you, by the way.
You want to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to be a pal?
Yeah.
I was so mean to you at training at the gym today. That's so nice of you. Dude. I just kept adding weight to things. He's like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, dude, just try it, man. I was a real cunt today to you. And I'm not sorry. I'm making you better.
Don't be. Anyways, we'll get there,
so
let's talk about Facebook.
What have we touched up on people who suck on social media?
His was, wait, recap me on what yours was.
Mine was like these fucking social justice warriors.
Okay, that's a good one.
That were pieces of shit in high school.
Yeah, and they're like all of a sudden like, oh,
yeah, like I'm gonna make the world a better place because global warming's a thing and I love my children. And it's like, dude, fuck you. You fucking had abortions and smoked cigarettes and littered in high school.
You sucked 6 years ago.
Yeah,
that's not long. And then I saw that's not long ago. I heard yours, like with the kids and shit. I hate when people check into fucking like doctor's care and they're like
so checked in
and it's vague as fuck. It's like,
pray for me.
I just checked.
Oh my God, Cindy has cancer. She's got fucking ingrown toenails.
So just checked into fucking doctor's care. Like, pray for me. It's been a hard night. And then like, but then you look, and then I always click in the comment section, and it's like, all right, well, maybe we can investigate and see what fucking happened. And they're like, people comment, oh my God, what's going on? What happened? Praying for you, thinking about you. Oh my God, Nancy, I'm hoping you're okay. But then Nance doesn't fucking comment back.
Never.
Like, so you don't know what happened. It's like, come on.
And then
man.
like 3 days later, she says, Jesus answered your prayers.
Yeah. I just want to be like, you know what I think about you? Go swallow a knife. No one cares. God. But I get it. I'm probably annoying on social media. I'll post a little bit of my lifting on there, but that's who I fucking am. I'm not.
No, that's
not
who you are.
But that's who I am. That's part of what I do.
But you're not reaching. I think. Okay, so
you're not fishing for compliments.
Well, I think there's this thing.
No.
There's this thing. I would like to call them Facebook panhandlers.
Yeah.
Where they just stand at the fucking intersections of life.
Pray for me.
And just ask for fucking change, dude. Like nobody gives a shit.
Which brings me to the next subject. We were driving the other day, old B. Rye and I. We started talking about, like, dude, what would if you were homeless as fuck, what would your sign say?
What would your sign be?
What would your sign say?
Dude, straight up, mine would say, give me a sandwich. Spelled like that. Sandwich.
Sandwich.
SAMMICH.
Sandwich. Dude, no one's taking you serious. Like,
until someone gives me a fucking sandwich,
no
dude.
one's giving you a sandwich. It says sandwich on there. You're not. No one's good. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, this guy's a fucking fraud. It says sandwich. I'd take it more serious if it said sandwich.
Would you though? Would you? This kid's so illiterate. He doesn't know it's a sandwich.
No, dude, you're Asian. You're smart. Everyone knows you're smart as fuck. Brian's son just watched you solve a Rubik's Cube in 2 minutes.
You don't see a lot of homeless Asian people. I know that much.
Yeah, I want to point out that's a strong stereotype, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah, they're all smart.
There are all homeless Asians in the United States.
They're fucking winners. That's why.
Yeah, all 3 of my Asian friends are really smart.
Whoa, you have 2 other Asian friends that I don't know about?
Actually, only 1. So, to all 2 of you.
So you can't even count, Steve.
Correct. Like I said in last episodes, I'm not good at anything. Nothing. I suck at everything I do.
So if anything, we didn't know what would your sign say if you were homeless, when you're homeless.
All right. My sign would say, please, really broke, I'm starving. My dog has 3 legs.
You know what would be the most honest that would get me to give someone money?
Okay.
If it said no money,
okay,
only food.
Well, yeah.
Because that's the thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's very honest because it's like,
right.
dude, it's saying I'm starving as shit.
Right.
I need,
that's what would get me is because fucking you look at these people and it's like fucking, and you go up and you're like, oh, here's a bottle of water, and they're like, oh no, thank you.
Yeah.
Clearly, you're
You're okay,
need
dude.
If you don't need this fucking water.
I'll change mine. I would say special needs.
Like you have special needs.
I have a disability. If you want to technically,
that's true.
Yeah, I do have
dumb
ADD.
as fuck.
I've been clinically diagnosed with ADD. My mom took me to
not being good at anything.
I'm not good at anything, and I've been clinically diagnosed with ADD. My mom took me to Children's Hospital when I was 6, and they hooked me up to wires. Like
and said, "Shit, you got ADD."
Yes. Well, because I was failing first grade. I almost did not pass first grade, and the teacher was like, "Mrs. Clark, he's using his pencil as an airplane during class. That is a known fact."
He's looking at squirrels out the window.
She was like, "All right." So she took me to Children's Hospital. I remember this. They put me in a room, and there was like a microphone, kind of like how we are now.
Right.
And there was a woman like behind a glass window, and she was looking at me. And she did like hearing tests and all this stuff. And Josh is now holding
a sign.
It says, "Give me a sandwich, a sandwich."
That's exactly what it would look like, dude.
Dude, that's way too neat. Way too neat, dude.
No, yeah.
Anyway, but they hooked me up. I had like headphones on, and they had like little sticky things to my temples.
Yeah.
And
neurological measurement scale.
I guess I was 6. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were testing the activity in
But
different
I
lobes of your
remember
brain.
doing like the little beep test and stuff. And I don't remember at what point the test was, but I think I missed something. And I just remember the lady on the other side of the window going, like, her face was just like, like, dude, like, she was like, this poor little boy really fucked that up. I don't remember what it was, but whatever it was I did was not good.
Not good.
So they put me on Adderall, and I just remember taking Adderall, and I just remember being real jittery.
Right.
And
but hyper focused.
Right.
Pretty good. I was still a stupid little boy.
Yeah.
So I didn't.
I mean, it doesn't make you smarter.
No, it doesn't.
It makes you pay attention.
It makes me pay attention, which I did. Like it essentially got me to the point in the class. Like I was no longer doing and focusing on other things. I was now like, okay, I now have to do something.
Right.
Like the class is now doing something. That's how bad it was.
Right.
So. But I just remember taking Adderall as a kid, and I remember sweating and being all jittery and stuff. That was like my whole childhood, all the way up until I graduated high school.
I do want to take this moment though to like transition this conversation because this.
Hold on, I didn't do my sign.
Okay.
What's
all right.
What's B-Rice's sign?
Yeah, you give your sign, and then we'll segue into this thing.
So I haven't perfected it, but I think I would probably reference that I'm a disabled veteran.
But you're not, though.
It doesn't matter. I'm trying to get money from people.
But he's also not homeless.
I'm a disabled veteran.
Okay.
My dog got run over while I was begging for money.
Where are you going to get this sheet of cardboard? That's a lot of fucking words,
You
bro.
can do it. You
and
can
I
make it
have
happen.
stage 4 cancer.
That's pretty.
Nah, I'm not giving you my money. That's a lost cause.
But
What am I
need
going to
to
do
eat.
for you? Nothing. You're going to die
That's
and
a
you have
lot
nothing
of
to live
sad,
for.
fake things.
Sure, but you have nothing to live for. Why would I give you my money?
But I have 6 months.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
You know-
That's not my problem.
Dude,
That's nobody's problem.
Do you know what I would say? As
You're
I'm
heartless.
Dude, you know what? You know what I would
God
say?
bless.
You know what I would say?
Darwinism lost. That's what my sign would say.
I'd be like, dude, I'm not giving you a dime.
I'd roll my window down. I'd go right up to Brian. I'd be like, "Hey, bro, you're trying too hard."
Well, I'd be like, can I stand in
Dude,
front of
you're
your...
trying way too hard to get my money.
Right.
Can I stand in front
That's
of
a
your car
lot of sad. I'd run you
when the
over.
light turns green?
I'd do you a favor.
I would do
fucking smoke
if
you
all
right
those
there.
things were true, I would run you right over and I'd back up and run you over again.
That's awesome. Thank you
I'm
so much.
I'm really not this big of a piece of shit. I just like talking shit.
Yeah.
For the record. We're all good people here, minus Josh.
Yeah, I'm not.
It is
I'm
fun.
not a good
It's
person.
fun to talk shit.
Well, anyways, I think I gotta head out, dude.
Yeah?
I think we
That
need
time?
to write it up. Yeah.
You,
Sounds
you-
like
you
time.
think it's
8:30. Wife got Greek food. Anything else before we head out?
no? I think this was a good show.
Yeah, I think this was a lot of fun, dude. I can't wait till
think,
next time.
If you guys are following along, I think you should reach us on Instagram. It's Society of Scoundrels Pod, and it's the Society of Scoundrels.
Google
on
us, bitch.
The Society of Scoundrels on Facebook. And if you have any input, it would be societyofscoundrels@gmail.com, or you can reach us and watch our show at societyofscoundrels.com.